Hello! So, this is my little reflection of my chemistry journey. I'll be talking about what I liked, my goals, and like honors chem and all of that as like a little rewind and things I enjoyed about the class, and all of that. So, let's begin. So, sophomore year, which was the beginning with honors chem. Back then, I was very nervous for honors chemistry because when I finished bio honors, I didn't do so well, and I was very nervous because I was like, if I can't even like figure out what a cell is, I'm probably not gonna be very good in chemistry. But I was very happily proven wrong, and it turned out to be one of my favorite classes, and I ended up making a lot of memories. There was an amazing support group, I met amazing people, and everyone there kind of motivated me to focus and learn, and I think that's why it's one of my favorite classes. So I put some little pictures because I was going through my phone and like found little videos, and things that I felt like really put into picture like why I loved it. And that's like a little TikTok that I found in like sophomore year, and I thought, maybe I didn't, we were learning about electrons or something, but sophomore year, and the fact that I really enjoyed chem at that time was the reason why I decided, okay, I think I'm going to challenge myself and take AP Chem. I couldn't take it junior year because of the math. I'm not very good at math, and I hadn't taken Algebra 2 back then, so I wasn't allowed to take it. But I decided to do that instead of AP Environmental my senior year. So sophomore year really pushed me to do that. And then going into AP Chemistry now, what I thought about it and all of that. So for starters, I did prefer it more than biology. When I took AP Bio, I found the course itself to be much easier than chemistry, but it was a lot of memorization, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that. And chemistry in honors, and also what I realized in AP Chem, was a bit more logical to me, and I felt like if I understood a pattern, then I would be able to do good. So it was about like the little tricks and all of that. And because of chemistry, did I get a lot out of the class? I think I learned more in terms of skills and stuff like that. If it changed my view of the world around me, I'm not so sure, but I've grown to become more aware of how the world functions and how things are the way that they are, and appreciate that, because I think a lot of the time we don't realize how certain things work. And so learning about like ions and things like that, it was really cool. And sometimes I sound fancy when I explain to my friends how a certain thing does something because of it's like IMFs or something, and that's why IMFs was my favorite lesson. I think it was the one that my brain understood the most because it was the most applicable, and I found some chemistry jokes online, and I don't know, I thought they were kind of cute, so I decided to add them in there. But it wasn't just IMFs, definitely not. I also really enjoyed kinetics and equilibrium for the same reasons that I mentioned before. I feel like being a visual and applicable learner, these came very quickly to me because I could physically draw out, like for equilibrium, for example, I could draw out a little line and then like a little arrow to figure out if it was going from reactants to products or products to reactant, and that made it easier for me, and it's why I feel like I struggled a bit with thermo and electrochem. My brain just didn't really, I don't know, they didn't really comprehend it. It was felt very abstract to me, and so I never felt like I got a true grasp of the concept. So I had to work really hard for those, and I still to this day struggle with it. Another chapter that I really enjoyed was the redox reaction chapter, which I think was the first one after IMFs that we did without you. And I didn't like it because it was fun memorizing all the equations. In fact, I felt very stressed, and everyone around me felt very stressed because we had so many of the equations to memorize. But it taught me the satisfaction of working really hard and being confident, and then getting a good grade after. I worked so hard on that one because I was really nervous, and I told myself, like, if I didn't study a lot before them, that I was definitely gonna fail. And I think that stress made me work really hard, and because of that I got a really good grade. So even though I was stressed, it's a memorable chapter just because I worked so hard on that one, and I appreciate how hard I worked for that one. So it's like one that I think I will remember. In terms of now of my goals and expectations, I didn't have a lot of expectations coming in from my other friends like Sean and Diana, who had took the class previous years. I knew that they really enjoyed it because of its interactivity, and of course there were really good reviews of you being an amazing teacher, and because I liked the class and how it functioned for honors chem, I was like, okay, I really liked how it was taught, so I'm gonna take it again. Because honestly, I feel like I took it more for that reason than the actual course. But and then I felt like my goals were met too. I passed the class, which was the most important part. I challenged myself, and I got closer to an amazing group of people, which I felt like was something that was really important. It was kind of like honors chem, me, Laura, Dante, Sophia, Gavin. We all were very close together, and we worked really hard, and I felt like it was always good to have that support system when everyone felt stressed. And also first semester, when you weren't here for we were in Mr. Ho's class, and the entire class would get together, do the dual days, or sometimes we would be doing notes on our iPads, and then Tori would be writing her notes on the whiteboard, and then people would be asking her questions because she always did all the amazing notes. And we would always say good luck to each other before tests and quizzes, and it was just a really great group of people. So in terms of time management, I felt like I learned a lot about that. I felt like for a lot of my other classes, the topics came very easy to me, so I could always study the night before. But for chemistry, that was never, I could never do that for chemistry. So it taught me a lot on how to time management, which is super important for my future in college and all of that. I also learned that I needed to work hard as well as the time management. So before, I feel like I used to study ineffectively, and Chem really taught me on like how to take notes very quickly yet effectively, and like do as much work in a short amount of time, and I felt like that helped me a lot. And as well as make the best of the year. I kind of said that like I really enjoyed the class. I wanted to enjoy the class for the interactivity, and we didn't really get that this year, which in the beginning really disappointed me and almost lowered a bit of my expectations. But we try to make the best of it, and that's where like the support groups kind of come in with like, I have a picture. Oh, it's bent. I forgot about that. And then there's me and Laura the day before the AP Chem exam studying at Starbucks. We tried our best to get like a last minute cram in there, but I wanted to put that picture in because it shows like the support and the amount of times that she helped me like on FaceTime, or we all have our own like group chat, and how many times like before tests we would ask questions in there and help each other. And I felt like, honestly, I feel like I wouldn't have done it without them. So I also realized like how important it is to have good friends. And okay, so now transitioning into chemistry, preparing me for the future. I am not going to be a STEM major, but I will see chemistry and biology again, and I feel like AP Chem has definitely prepared me for those courses, and also how to be successful in those courses, and then other courses that are not STEM based. So basically, I'll be doing my first year at Northeastern, And then I got a guaranteed transfer to Cornell University for the fall of 2022. So that's pretty exciting. For Northeastern, I'm going to be a business major. And then for Cornell, I'm going to be a fashion design management major, which is just fashion and business. So at its foundation, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of science into it. However, my major is filled with a bunch of textile labs, and I get to do my own research on fibers and fabrics. And AP Chem really prepared me for those classes because of like the amazing foundation that we got from the course. And what I love about the fashion design program is that it implements fashion, business, and science. There's a lot of fibers, fiber labs and all of that, so we can do our research on fibers and how materials and clothing are created, what makes a certain material more resistant to water, and how we can help people through clothing. I know an alumni made like her own brand off of materials that were non-triggering to autistic people. So it implements a bunch of research, and those are the credits that I need to take. So just like as an example of like all the things I need to do, at Northeastern, Cornell wants me to take both bio and chem my first year. So AP Chem really prepared me for that. It's going to help me definitely, and I think I will be prepared to handle these types of classes because of AP Chem and how much studying I did and the hard work and all the notes I have already. And I feel like if I hadn't taken this class, I might be struggling a little bit more with college chemistry, especially since chemistry is not something that comes very naturally to me. And it also chemistry changed the type of student that I am. I feel like before I was more of a I'll study the night before type of person, but now I quickly realized like to survive the class, I couldn't stick to that mindset. I had to fix that, and kind of like what I said in my previous slide, like I had to change a bit of my goals and like work hard and all of that, which was really important. And I feel like it helped me get a lot out of the class other than just the content material and if I just like the class or not. And in terms of my final thoughts, I made some amazing memories in chemistry, even though I did struggle. The exam could have gone a lot better, but I did the best I could, and in the end, I got so much more out of it than just the class itself, and I think that is the most important part of it. It would be great to get a great score. I don't know how I did, but if it's not what I want, then it's okay. I have to take another chem class in college anyways. But, and also, thank you for being an amazing teacher. I really enjoyed the class because of you, and I felt like a lot of classes at McCarthy aren't taught with as much passion as you put into your class, and I really appreciate that. And it really helped me maintain my focus and motivate myself when I really wasn't feeling it. And I think I got some amazing things out of this class, even though it was pretty hard. But I am very thankful that I took it, and I don't think I would make another decision in the end, because it really helped me grow as a person, and I really enjoyed it. So I have no regrets. and now onto the demonstration of kinetics. Kinetics was one of my favorites. It's the one that I think came the quickest to me, and I think that's why I really enjoyed it. And I don't know, there's something about it. I like the graphs. It makes sense to me. So yeah, that is the end of this first portion. I hope you enjoyed. I tried to make it as sciencey as possible. And that is a wrap on the presentation. Now onto the demonstration. So for this demonstration, we're going to find the orders in respect to the molecules, the rate law, and the rate constant for this experimental data. So I pause it because it goes really quick and I just want to explain for a bit. So to find the order of chlorine dioxide, basically what you would do is that you would go to hydroxide, find 2 experiments where the amount is the same. That way you're basically isolating chlorine dioxide and being able to calculate the order from there. So you're going to use the first 2 experiments for chlorine dioxide, and when you go from 0.050 to 0.1, you get times 2, and then when you do the initial rate, it times by 4. So it doubles, and it doubles, which basically means that this is second order. And for OH, you're going to do the same thing, and it equals times 2, which means that they're equal, and so that would be first order. So when you're writing the rate law, you're going to make sure that chlorine dioxide is to the second power to demonstrate the second order, and then hydroxide to the 1, so it's first order. And then overall, the reaction is to the third order because you do 2 plus 1, and that equals 3. So to find the rate constant, you're going to plug in any experiment from the set. I personally chose number 3, and you're going to plug that into the rate law, which is how I do it. And so that is what you get when you plug it all in. You divide it by that amount by k. Finish solving, you get 230, and that is the proper units for third order overall. And that is my demonstration of kinetics, of rate laws from initial rates. Thank you.